Good evening and welcome to the Kansas City, Kansas Blue Devil Weekly Baseball Report 7th edition. We're getting close to winding down to the end of the season. The Blue Devils have 2 weeks of games left, and Cali, Johnson, Coffeyville, Neosho, Labette, and Highland all have 3 weeks left. So let's get on and take a look at the conference standings. First, the West Division, a tie for first place between Colby and Hutchinson. They're both 13 and 7 in the conference. In third place is Seward County. They're 15 and 9. Cloud County in fourth place, actually tied for fourth with Butler County at 12 and 8. And in sixth place is Barton County with 13 and 11. And Garden City in seventh place at 9 and 11. And Pratt in eighth place, 5 and 19. And Dodge City in ninth place with a record of 4 and 16 in the conference. In the Eastern Division, Cali County is in first place with an 18-2 record. Johnson County is 16 and 4. They're in second. Your Blue Devils are in third place with a record of 19 and 5. In fourth place, Fort Scott with a record of 12 and 12. In fifth place, Coffeyville, they're 10 and 10. Neosho County is in sixth place with an 8 and 12 record. Allen County in seventh. They're 9 and 15. In eighth is Labette. They're 4 and 16. And in ninth place, Highland. And they are 0 and 20. Want to remind everyone that the way the playoff works at the end of the conference time, the first place team will play the eighth place team from the opposite division, which has Kansas City, Kansas. If they were to stay in third place, they would play the sixth place, which is Barton right now. So being in the top four gets you the playoff, and you play a best 2 out of 3, and whoever wins each of those best 2 out of 3 series will then go to Wichita to play for the right to go to, I believe it's Junction City, Colorado, to represent in the World Series out there. So that's the place we're in now, is in third place. Tomorrow, the first game is at 2 p.m., I notice. Let's go take a look at the Kansas City, Kansas Blue Devils schedule. They play tomorrow against Cali County at 2, and then 4:30 is the listed game time. And then on Saturday, it will be at Cali County for a doubleheader at 2 and 4:30. I would also like to remind you that Cali has a very nice production, and I will post their website where you'll be able to watch the game using their broadcast. They do a very nice job with their broadcast. They were down in Wichita last year, and they have a very nice setup, and they do a great job. So let's take a look at some of the common opponents so far. KCK they won and swept Labette. They swept Highland. They took 3 of 4 from Allen County. They took 3 of 4 from Fort Scott. They took 3 of 4 from Neosho, and then split with Johnson County. So this past week, when we split with Johnson County, was the first time that the Blue Devils had not won their 4-game set with each of their opponents so far. Johnson County has swept Labette. They swept Highland also. They swept Allen County. They split, I'm supposed to be looking at Cali. I apologize. Cali swept Labette. They swept Highland. They took 3 of 4 from Allen County, so Allen County gets 1 from them. Then they swept Fort Scott, and then they took 3 of 4 from Coffeyville. So they only have 3 losses. Your Blue Devils only have 5 losses. So a big series coming up tomorrow and on Saturday. Let's take a look at some of the team stats. We will take a look at first some of the leaders in batting average, the leaders in the conference. Amacangelo from Johnson County is still batting above 500 at 533. Cali has the number 3 batting average person with 429. And Kansas City, Kansas, Kemper Bednar at 389 is the 12th slot for batting average. The person leading the league in home runs is Schmidt from Hutchinson Community College. He has 15. The closest after him is Fort Scott Community College Hall, and he has 11. In the conference with triples, the Blue Devils actually have 3 in the top 4. So we have Tyler Henry. He leads the league with 6 triples. Amacangelo from Johnson County has 5. And then Kemper Bednar and Griffin Everett are tied with a handful of other people with 4 triples. So the top 4 are actually with triples are from the Blue Devils. Doubles, Jose Sosa is tied for second with Base McGowan, and then Amacangelo is leading with doubles. So tied for second with doubles of 15 is Jose Sosa. In the league lead for hits, Cali has the number 4 person with Milligan that will be coming into KCK tomorrow, and Eric Hinestroza, that's Cali's 57. 69 hits by Rivera from Pratt leads the league, and Eric Hinestroza with 54 is the 6th person. Jose Sosa is in 8th with 52. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of where we have some people in the league. Let's go take now a look at the Kansas City, Kansas Blue Devils and who is leading some of those stats. We will go to the Blue Devils. And for average, excuse me a second here, I brought up the wrong set of statistics here, so hang on with me just a second here. See if I can find where I'm trying to get to. So the Blue Devils not doing a very good job here of getting to where I want to be, so bear with me a second here. See if I can get to where I want to be. There's where I want to be. The Blue Devils leaders in average the top 5. Actually, let's do the top 3 in batting average. Kemper Bednar with 389, Eric Hinestroza at 365, and Tyler Henry batting 358, followed closely behind by Acosta. That is the leaders for the Blue Devils in average. Let's go take a look at who's leading the Blue Devils in RBI. Runs batted in, Tyler Henry's leading with 34. Jose Sosa close behind with 32. And then Trace Harder and Kevin Santiago both have 24. The team leaders in home runs, Tyler Henry and Kevin Santiago both have 5. Jose Sosa with 4, Goodfellow and Harder with 3, Everett with 2, and Holder with 2, and a handful of people with 1. We move to triples. We've kind of covered the triples a little bit already. That Tyler Henry has 6, Kemper Bednar and Griffin Everett both with 4, Eric Hinestroza with 3, and Eduardo Acosta and Jose Sosa each have 2, and then a handful with 1. See if I can move to doubles here. I think I regave the triples. So doubles, Jose Sosa leads the team with 15 doubles. Kemper Bednar has 12. Henry and Santiago both have 11. Trace Harder with 10. Eduardo Acosta and Eric Hinestroza each with 9 to round out the top doubles for the Blue Devils. The most hits by the Blue Devils is 54 with Eric Hinestroza, Jose Sosa with 52, Eduardo Acosta with 47, and Trace Harder with 46. Tyler Henry with 44, Kevin Santiago with 43, and Kemper Bednar with 42 rounds out those of the Blue Devils that have more than 40. Now let's go take a look at the Blue Devils and their pitching stats. The pitching stats, see if I can work my way to those. The internet's a little bit slow. You know how that works. Always when you're in a hurry, those kinds of things happen. So let's see if I can get the statistics to come up for pitching. And we'll take a look at the pitching by the Blue Devils. So the leader of the pitchers in ERA, the earned run average, Victor Gote with a 2.77, Osvaldo Mendez 3.04, Orlando Ortiz with a 3.47, Carlos Soto with a 3.56. That rounds out our starters. The pitcher with the most wins, I believe we have 2 that are tied for wins. We have Mendez and Ortiz both with 6 wins. They each have 1 loss. Carlos Soto is 5-1. Jose Amaro is 3-0. Gabriel Ramos is 3-2. To round that out, we'll take a look at the strikeout leaders for the Blue Devils. Orlando Ortiz with 61 strikeouts, Victor Gote with 53, Osvaldo Mendez with 52, Carlos Soto with 48, and Matthew Fred, it says, with 40 strikeouts. So that gives you an idea. The pitch again, the hitting. Once again, I'd like to remind you the games tomorrow will be live streaming those games. Those games will be at 2 o'clock and 4:30, but basically 2 o'clock and then 20 to 30 minutes after that, we will bring you a live stream of both of those games. And then on Saturday, we will travel to Cali, and those two games will also be 2 and at 4:30. It's listed, and I will list those websites on Fortis.com. As you watch, please hit subscribe. It helps. And if you hit the bell on the subscribe, it will also let you, every time that Fortis goes live, it will send you a warning or a notification that that game's going on. So I thank you for joining me this evening. That's the 7th edition of the Kansas City, Kansas Blue Devils Weekly Baseball Report. We'll look forward to bringing you the 2 games tomorrow. Join us at www.fortees.com. That's the numeral 4, TEEZ.com. And we'll bring you that live stream. Go Blue Devils. Have a great evening.